We've drawn your name first. This is Sarah Holmes, candidate for District 2, District Court Judge. The microphone is right there. Is the microphone has been put on? Yeah. Oh, and you know what? I skipped over something. Our time, folks, are down here in the first row. You get your 2 minutes. With 30 seconds to go, you're going to get your yellow sheet. And then when your 2 minutes hit, you're going to get the red sheet. And then I'm going to start talking. Okay? So are you ready?
Well, I don't know, because my daughter says, Mom, why do you always use 5 words? Why do you always use 50 words when 5 would do?
I understand. Sarah Holmes, District Court Judge candidate.
Hi. Thank you for having me tonight. I am a native of Beaufort County, born and raised in Washington, went to Washington High School, went to North Carolina State after that, moved to Arkansas and went to law school in Arkansas where I was residing then. And as soon as I finished, I moved back because I missed my home state. I am a lifelong Republican and a conservative at that. I am running because I think I can do a good job. I've lately been working as magistrate for Hyde County, where I sit in magistrate's court, small claims. I hear in those cases, mostly landlord-tenant kind of disputes. And I will tell you that people say that I'm fair and honest and equitable, and I treat people as I think that they need to be treated. I'm a Southern lady, and my mother taught me that that's the way you treat people, and that's the way I think that we should treat everyone who comes in front of us. So I'm asking for your vote and saying I think I'll do a good job. 25 years of practicing law in all of my different, I can't even say the word. In criminal law, I've done criminal law, a little bit of real estate, civil practice.
Thank you, Ms. Holmes.
Thank you.
And our next candidate is Darrell B. Caton Jr. with his 2-minute opening statement.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Darrell Caton Jr. I am a lifelong resident of Beaufort County. I graduated from Aurora High School in 1980, graduated from Carolina in 1984 with a degree in business administration, and in 1987 I graduated from Campbell University School of Law. In summer of 1987 I passed the bar, was admitted into practice and sworn in by someone you probably know and I have great respect for. That was Judge Hallett Ward. I was an associate attorney here. I'm a lifelong resident of Beaufort County. My feet have always resided in Beaufort County. I practiced as an associate for about 2.5 years. Opened my office in April of 1990, and I practiced continuously in the district courts of this 5-county district for over 20 years. I handled all kinds of criminal and civil district court cases. You name it, and I've tried it. A lot of experience overall. I had a solo practice. We had a successful solo practice. In the 20 plus years that I practiced, we opened over 5,400 new client files. I've represented folks you know, folks you respect, and folks came back to me. Since being on the bench, before going on the bench, they told us in New Judges School that you would develop a judicial philosophy, and I have. Mine is that there are no second-class citizens. Everybody's treated the same, male, female, black, white, rich, poor, young, old, it doesn't matter. And that's the way I've handled cases. That's the way I would continue to handle cases. I appreciate your time, and I would appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Draw your names again, but I'm going to go ahead and read the question to you. Okay? So the first question is this. Beyond a law degree, what qualifies you to be a judge? So beyond your law degree, what qualifies you to be a judge? And I have drawn Darrell B. Caden. 2 minutes, sir.
Thank you. I think just general life experience. Practiced law a long time, but in doing that, you interview tons and tons of people, and you learn a lot about people. I represented juveniles for about 15 years, about the only court-appointed work that I did, and I've interviewed hundreds of kids, and that really helps in sitting as a judge in custody cases. It helps in dealing with parents. I think life experiences, an overall well-rounded life experience is incredibly important for a judge, because that's what you're dealing with. You understand how people react to things. You understand things that are positives for them in their lives. You can't have a general district court practice. That's basically a people's court. If you know somebody probably who has been in court, probably it's district court. And having ushered folks through that system for actually over 31 years, since 1987, you get a good feel of folks and what their needs are and how you can help them. So I suggest that's my answer to your question.
Thank you, Judge Caden. Okay, now Ms. Holmes. And I'll read the question to you again. Beyond a law degree, what qualifies you to be a judge?
Well, beyond my law degree, I have worked as an assistant district attorney. I've worked as a public defender. I have been in private practice. I have lots of varied experience. And I also have a lot of life experiences. I went to law school as a single mother with a 3-year-old. I worked as a clerk 30 hours a week, putting myself through school. Graduated from law school, came back here and worked, supported myself and my daughter by myself for all that time. Sent her to ECU, wanted her to go to state, but I've learned a lot over the years being by myself. I actually can handle a screwdriver. I know the difference between a flathead and a Phillips head, living by myself all these years. And what I've learned is that if you treat people with respect, this is what I learned in private practice, this is what I learned being a DA. If you treat people with respect, talk to them the way you want to be talked to, you can pick up a lot of things from them. You learn what makes people tick, and you learn how to deal with people in situations that often are fraught with anxiety, kind of like I feel right now. And not everybody who's coming into court really wants to be there. Most people don't. And that they just want somebody who can listen and be fair. And that's what I've learned after 25 years of hard work.
Thank you, Ms. Holmes. I went to ECU over 20 years ago, and that state ECU thing, I don't think that's ever going to go away. Okay, second question. How will you balance being an independent judge and an elected official? Okay, balancing independent judge and an elected official. So we're going to draw again. Let's see. And Ms. Sarah Holmes. So 2 minutes again.
There's something about sitting there that every time I stand up reminds me. If I seem a little starry-eyed, that might be it. How will I balance being an elected official and an independent judge? Number one, I don't take any money from attorneys for my campaign. I don't have any outside resources coming into my campaign. So I don't have the influence from any attorneys. Nothing that I hear currently or in the future, should I win this election, will be determined by any influence by anyone who would be coming before me. I think that's very important to maintain independence. I think also that we have judicial standards, Canon 7, that tell us how we're supposed to behave, what's acceptable as a candidate, and what's acceptable within judicial standards. And before coming here, or before I actually filed to run, I pulled up those canons and I read them, because it's good to refresh yourself. It's good to say, this is what my parameters are, and this is where I am not supposed to cross the line. And I think that if you follow the law, if you don't allow yourself to be, to be influenced in any way, that it makes you a more fair and equitable and independent judicial official.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Dunn. And the question is, how will you balance being an independent judge and an elected official? You have 2 minutes, sir.
Thank you. I don't know that those are absolutely inconsistent, but when I took my oath of office, I swore to uphold the law, Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of North Carolina, and the laws that were provided. Now, you're not going to please everybody. So if the question relates to pleasing the public, my obligation is to do what's right under the law. Treat everybody equally, regardless of their sex, race, age, social status. But now let me point to something else. There's a group of folks over there who have contributed to my campaign, and I am incredibly proud of that. And let me tell you why. Court is an adversarial process. These folks oppose each other. Now, if you think that I showed bias to one side or the other, do you think that they would support me? Do you think these people might have somewhere else to be tonight than here supporting me? I can guarantee you if that's the case. I am proud of every lawyer who's appeared in front of me and supported me. I represented people for well over 20 years. When they come in front of me, if it's somebody that I have represented, I say, Mr. DA, Mr. Defense Lawyer, I know your client, I've represented them, I can hear it, I don't have a problem. I don't think I have ever had more than 3 or 4 who said, basically, we don't want you to hear it. I have said many more times, I don't need to hear your case. I know things that just would not be appropriate, and as a result, my ethics require that I not. Don't you dare look bad at me because people who appear in front of me support me. It's an adversarial process.
Thank you, Judge Caton.
Thank you.
District Court Judge. So we appreciate both of y'all coming and sharing with us tonight. And the next contest that we're going to have, and we're calling candidates up, is North Carolina House.